back in the day in AA, the drunks brought the drunks into their own homes, and they got them showered, they fed them, they got them coffee, and they would drink again, they would do things. Of course, and alcoholic drinking is like an elephant eating grass, just something that just happens, it's just natural. But they would nurture them back to health. They would get them in meetings, meetings right away and stuff like that. But now with the rehab, they go to rehab and it just isn't there. There's no love there at the rehab. It's all about money, and they get you sober, they get you looking good, they get you clean clothes, they get you a haircut, and then you go to your first meeting. Where in the old days you would go to your meeting with throw up on your shirt, and now you go all clean cut, you go to the meeting, and it just isn't the same, and the vibe is different. And they don't have the people in the AA meeting don't have the investment in you that they had with the guy with the throw up on his shirt, because the 90-day coin used to be the biggest coin you could get, and they got rid of that, so it's not as important as it used to be. Your sponsor had to give it to you, stuff like that. And now people are lucky they have a sponsor at 90 days. And the thing I was trying to say about 2 years and the difference, because when you came in the door with the throw up on your shirt, getting sober wasn't so hard because the throw up was on your shirt and you had a reason to get sober. Your life was in turmoil. The wife was kicking you out. The kids hated you. Your job was maybe non-existent. So you had a lot of reasons to get sober. But when time goes on and you move away from that throw-up day, you forget. You forget why you go to AA meetings. Why do I come here? You have 2 years sober. You got the job back, you got the wife back, you got new friends who don't remember you with the throw up on their shirt, and maybe you don't go to meetings anymore and you hang out with people that don't even drink, or they drink a little and they don't see a big deal, and you don't drink because you're an alcoholic and you don't drink, and they always ask you, well, why don't you drink, it's like, I'm drinking, why don't you drink? And everybody that drinks wants everybody else around them drinking, for some reason. I always would say, I don't drink because I'm allergic. I break out in handcuffs. But, it's true. But as you get away from the crowd, and, like if you're 5 years sober and you're still with the friends that saw you with the throw up on your shirt, none of them would say, have a drink. None of them would say, oh, it's a good thing. 5 years, you haven't had a drink. You could have one now. Nobody's going to complain. No big deal. And nobody would say that if they saw you with a throw up on your shirt, when you came in the door. They wouldn't say that. But those people aren't around anymore. Those people are gone. They're either drunk or they just moved on. And now you're there with a bunch of people that never saw you with throw up on your shirt. And they don't know. It's not that they're evil. It's not that they're trying to hurt you. They just don't know. And because you're 5 years sober or something, you don't talk about it. You don't talk to those people and say, oh, remember, I had so much throw up on my shirt, when I came in. They're not either in AA or they don't care, because they don't see that. And you don't want to promote that because you're trying to get better. You're trying to move on to a better world, a better life, and you don't want to drag the past into the future. But the past is your most valuable thing. And you're trying to run away from it like it's bad news, and it's not. It's good news. And so the point is, 5 years from now, when somebody says, have a drink, you do. You do because they'll talk you into it, and they'll be like, oh yeah, I haven't had a drink in 5 years. I think it's about time you start. And they didn't see you with the throw up on your shirt, so they don't know what they're doing. But they're awakening the sleeping giant. Godzilla is going to be awoken as soon as that drink goes down the throat, So, and it could be something small like penny vodka. I mean, penny vodka. I've had penny vodka. I'm not. I'm not an alcoholic anyway. But I don't. Somebody can have penny vodka, and that could be a trigger. You can have those pastries with alcohol in them, or the ones you get from the Italian bakery that have alcohol in them, and rum or whatever. And that could set you off. That could be the catalyst to send you down the road and to no return. Maybe 6 months later, Bob died from having that pastry. He died of a car. He crashed his car and died. And that's the thing too. The drunks never die. They killed 12, 15, 20 people in a car accident. Mass pile up, and the drunk will walk away. And he caused the whole thing, but he'll walk away because he was drunk. He was loose. He didn't tighten up when the accident happened. He didn't grab that steering wheel. He passed out. So he didn't feel a thing. But that's the thing. In 5 years, you have that drink, and the thing with alcohol, the thing with most addictions is once you relapse, it's like 1,000 times harder to go back and get sober again. And maybe you relapse in January, but you might not go back to get sober again until 3 Januaries later, So, and then when you go back in January, to 3 Januaries later, you're back to the throw up on the shirt, and back to that situation where you don't have no job, the wife is gone, the friends are gone, everything's gone, and it's starting from scratch again. And it's even harder now, because now in your mind you're like, well, I did this before. This is not my first rodeo. I've been here before, and look what happened. I drank and I screwed my whole life again. I bought a new house, I lost it. I bought a car, I lost it. I got a good job, I lost it. And it's a world where the fuck you. And it's hard. It's hard because to start all over again like that, and maybe they own a business, it's gone. They're in debt like crazy. Can't get out of debt. Everybody wants money from them. The wife wants money. Everybody wants money. They ain't got it. The half the time they're in the bag. So it's really a bad situation. And that's when I say when people get a year, in AA, a year is like the hardest. They think the year is the hardest to get, when it's the easiest. It's the easiest to get. 2 years, that's hard. And if you go to the meetings, and in the meetings they announce all the anniversaries for the next 3 months coming up, So you hear everybody that's going to celebrate a year, and you'll hear everybody that's going to celebrate anything else. And the years, you get a lot of years in those 3 months. A lot of year anniversaries. But far and few, you get 2 years or 3 years. You get anything more, Sure, and you get your 7 years, your 5 years, your 10 years, and your 30 years, and your 40 years, That's all what comes up. But, probably with 40 years, most of the people when he started ain't around anymore. He's not sitting around a crowd that remembers him would throw up on his shirt. That's for sure. So, and they treat him like he's a god. Like every word of his mouth is a Bible verse. And he's just copying what he heard for 40 years and spitting it out and acting like he invented it, which is bullshit. Which is why the rooms don't work, because they're all built on bullshit, And they put people that don't deserve on pedestals that don't deserve to be there. And the ones that are on pedestals, they're having gay sex with the guys they're sponsoring. They tell everybody how to live, but nobody can tell them how to live. I had a sponsor had 20 years. I went to his house. He had 2 cases of non-alcoholic beer in his kitchen. 2 cases, not one bottle of non-alcoholic beer. 2 cases. And I argued with him. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, it's okay. There's no alcohol in it. I guess there is. It's like 1% alcohol, but enough that they can say it's non-alcoholic. legally, but legally doesn't mean figuratively. Figuratively, there's alcohol in it.